As an organization that is trying to drive sales and reduce churn, what are ways AI can impact its day-to-day?
Okay, some of the earliest and not easiest, but the getting to know data science and AI modeling techniques are generally in the world of sales and marketing and retention. And that's because there's a lot of data sets that have been publicly available where data scientists go to look for data sets. So you can get true or at least cleansed sales data, basket data, and a bunch of oddly grocers, one of the big ones who have this data out. And it's often also from the loyalty programs. So a lot of people scratch the surface of these. In terms of sales and marketing, really you want to know whether or not your campaigns are working and are benefiting your revenue, your bottom line. You want to look at periods where that did happen better than other periods and try to, if you're not strictly doing machine learning and you're trying to describe it, you're going to look to do sort of an exploratory look at this data set and try to figure out which variable actually moves the needle more. If you're really just looking to forecast, just as you are in operations or in finance, you'd be looking at, okay, well, if we run the same campaigns as last year based on the reality of this year, will we get a lift in sales, a drop in sales, or whatnot? Now, looking at something like loyalty programs and size of basket and average customer spend, you can start to chart sort of what an average customer transaction looks like. And you can also start seeing early indicators of when and how people will churn from your offering to your competitor's offering. You usually know that generally from the loyalty programs more so than anything. And especially if you marry that with POS, if you're the kind of retail organization that would have POS and loyalty. Based on the use of your loyalty program and the size of cart, all married with the length of which that customer may have been a customer of yours, you can start to see patterns. And in machine learning, that feeds right into a regression or into a neural network even that can really start to paint the picture as to when and how somebody may leave. If you get really sophisticated, you can even get to a prescriptive model where you also start looking at not just that they may leave, but now that you know they may leave, a cohort of 10% of your customers may leave in the next quarter, the prescriptive model may actually tell you, how can I intercept them leaving and put the right thing in place so that they don't leave and they don't churn? Because that's really the purpose of knowing if somebody's going to churn. It's not to know ahead of time and not do anything. It's really, how can I now interact with this customer and ensure that they remain my customer? And that's one thing that when you get into some sophisticated modeling, you can get to a prescriptive AI.